G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I have left in a lot of stuff here. This one, I will be honest with you, this is not my thing. Glenda, when you watch this, you will know you have inspired me to try and do these ink blendy little characters and stuff. I thought I'd never done one before, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. I reckon I could do that. Glenda, hats off to you, because I kid you not, I picked a 7-layer gingerbread house, and I got to tell you, boy, oh boy, did I bite off more than I can chew. I am useless at here. I'm putting it out there. I am absolutely useless when it comes to jigsaw puzzles. You either have a jigsaw puzzle brain or you don't. And I've got to tell you, 7 layers of this thing, just about, I'd like to say it sent me grey, but I was already grey. So it really, I'm not even joking. I had to sort of separate it like this to get my brain around it, because the way it was in CRICUT Design Space, it had the separate layers coloured, but when you went and cut it, my brain couldn't comprehend how to piece it back. Like, I thought it would go like the back layer, then the next one that printed would be the next layer you would put on. That's Karen logic, obviously. That's not CRICUT logic. But see, when I pulled it all apart, I could see that it was a gingerbread house, and I could layer it together like that. But boy, oh boy, I tell you what, it comes together. Stick with me. Stick around to the end, because I assure you, it looks amazing. But boy, oh boy, did I need to go to town. This is how I made my gingerbread house look sort of housey. That is brushed corduroy. I have sped this up hyper speed, guys, because I'm almost embarrassed to tell you, it took me like 7 hours to do this. To do this house in its layers, cut it, colour it, put it back together, create a layout, do the video, do the edit, do the voiceover. I don't do 7-hour videos, guys. I really don't. It was hard, but it's okay. I get there in the end. So can you see how many, first of all, can we just applaud me for a second? Purely and simply because I have actually I've got rid of all my old CRICUT mats, and I've started with all fresh new ones. So it was a blessing in disguise, but everything was held on there really good. I had 7 different mats here, all cut out, and then I had another one with the title, and it's like, you got no idea. I had layers and layers and layers of just chaos. But it was fun. It was fun. Glenda, I know why you love it. And look, I am by no means as good as what you are. Like, I just absolutely love how you create those little cute little people and puppies and all that sort of stuff. And that's just not me. And that's okay. We can literally love what other people create. And I think that's fantastic about our paper crafts. So can you see me putting it back on and off and on and off? Because I was literally going cross-eyed trying to work out what bits had to be what colour. I did muff it up a little bit. I don't know why I wasted my time colouring that very back piece, because it didn't need to be coloured at all. You couldn't see it. I used LUNAR paste on the heart, the door handle, and the windows. I used let me see. Oh, by the way, I will have the link in the description or the number in CRICUT Design Space. It is a gingerbread house, and I will have the number on there. So you can type that into CRICUT Design Space and it will bring it up for you. And I have the subscription to CRICUT Design Space, so it didn't actually cost me anything, but I don't think it was very much. I think, I'm stretching here, but I think it was like $1.49 or something. So it was super cheap, considering how much work had to go into this to create the layers of the house, and amazing. So I was actually thinking about, I know this is a gingerbread house, but I was thinking, you know, if your kids had dress up and it was like Hansel and Gretel, you could use it for that. You know, like Book Week. We always send our kids to school. Book Week, Hansel and Gretel, or I don't even know if they read that book anymore. Or Goldilocks and the Three Bears, you could use this for. You could maybe, you know, if you just trimmed off the mint lolly sort of decoration at the top, it would literally just look like a normal cabin. So you could use it for heaps of things. You could use it for if you went away on, you know, Christmas holidays overseas. You might be, I know I see it a lot on YouTube. It's not as common in Australia, but overseas I see you guys going to log cabins and stuff for Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. You could use it for that. So there's a stack of different ways. It might say gingerbread house, but don't worry. You could probably repurpose this gingerbread house quite easily, and maybe you'll have a lot more success at doing it a lot quicker than I did. Now, I did my border, I did it dark brown so that it wasn't as originally I was going to do the black because, as you know, I've been enjoying the cartoony look of cartoony. There's a new word for you. You know, the cartoon-esque looking, what do you call them? You know, like the cakes, and you know, if you a big trend at the moment is, you know, they make a cupcake and they go around it with black icing and make it look like a cartoon. Well, I'm really enjoying that in our paper crafting. So I was going to do it black, and then I realized black's going to be just way too polarizing. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to do it brown. And hence, I think my little gingerbread house is looking pretty cute. So let me know if you think it's okay. Did I do all right? Now, be gentle with me, because it's my first time doing 7 layers of anything. So, I mean, I've made many, many gingerbread houses in real life, but boy, oh boy, it took me a while. Can you see how many times I'm putting it on and off and on and off? The reason I'm doing that is because I'm looking at a different piece. My brain, by this point, I was putting so many things in front and behind the whole time, and yeah, Lunar paste did not work over the top there. It didn't work, so I went for sequins instead, and that had way more sparkle and I preferred that. So I grabbed my Lunar paste, put that away, and pulled out the sequins, and I was just trying to use them so that they looked a little bit like a lolly, or what do you call them, candy. So yeah, so that's really good. They actually turned out really nice. I really liked it on there. Now, the problem I had with this was I kind of went, can you see this? Can you see the gold bits at the bottom? I didn't do it properly. I'm okay with it. I'm really not. But I'm okay with it. I am. Am I? Okay. Oh, goodness me. Sorry. Lexi is under my desk and I didn't know she was under there. I just jumped 6 feet in the air. Wow. I had to open my door. It is so hot here today, and I closed the door so that I could do voiceover for you, and I didn't realize, and I had to open the door and put I've got a floor fan, and it's one of those like tall cylinder ones, and it shoots the air conditioning into my craft room, because our air conditioning does the whole house, but the air doesn't go around the corner. Long story, squirrel. Anyway, so I have the fan, so I had to open my door because it was just so hot in here, and because I normally close my door because I've obviously got 3 kids out in the lounge room. I tell them to shush while I'm doing my voiceovers, but they're kids. So I decided, I didn't realize that she snuck in here, and I thought she was still out there. She barked, scared the bejesus out of me. So now what am I doing now? I decided to add a red sequins right in the middle of my peppermint at the top. And then I remembered, and this is where a veteran like you, Glenda, would have spotted this well before now, but I forgot to put my NUVO glacier paste in winter white. I love this stuff. I swear to God, I need to buy another one, so I've got a backup, because whilst this one is going forever, I know it's going to run out one day and I will be devastated. So I do need to get myself another one of these. So hopefully you can still get them. Now, I very, very carefully went around with my filbert brush. It was my small filbert. It was only, I think it was a 4. And I very, very carefully, because I've used distress oxides, so if I touch that with the NUVO glacier paste, it's going to activate. And because I used ground espresso on those, it goes yellow, so it's a little annoying, but I love the color. So, and it's just the color composition, it just is what it is, you can't change it. So to get the tones in and colors, you know, it's just what you got to do. So then I pulled out my liquid pearls, and this is white opal, and I added some, now you can see me squeezing the daylights out of this. This bottle has only got a little bit left in it, and until I pick it up and I can no longer squeeze anything out of it, or it's gone hard, whichever comes first, then, and only then, I'm zooming in, but I'm in fast forward, so you can't really see that anyway. What was I talking about? The opal. I'm not going to throw it out until it's literally dead. I do have a backup bottle there, but I'm not opening that one until this one's dead. Then I pulled out, I wanted to do a white line around my window because it didn't look like it was finished properly. So I couldn't just use my Uniball Signo pen, because as soon as you touch the pigment ink onto the oxide inks, it activates and it changes the color. So I just used my little fine liner bottle that I have some white acrylic paint in. I did one layer and sort of raised it up, and then I did a second layer on top of that, and it stayed white. So there's a little trick for you. Now I have done my title, and I've used the two different, you know, the Lumberjack Plaid and the Kitsch Flamingo oxide inks, and I'm just popping my title onto my offset, which is a 0.97 offset, and the font that I used is the BFC Quick Cupid. So again, I'll have all this listed below for you guys, along with all the colors that I used. I did end up, what else did I do? I did cut out some little gingerbread mans. You know, the other day I did a layout and I fussy cut the little gingerbread men. Well, I decided that on this layout I needed to do some more of those, so I just cut out a few more, and I'm using these. I haven't bought any more papers because this season I'm not buying any more Christmas ones until next Christmas, because I've got plenty to get the pages done that I wanted to get done this season. And as you know, I scrap what grabs my attention at that particular point of the week, you know, and I'm not above scrapping a Christmas photo in March or in, say, August. If that's what strikes me and I'm feeling festive, then that's when I'll scrap. So, but of course, in December, I'm going to scrap lots of Christmas because I love it. So then so I cut these out, and I cut them at half. I did 1-inch strips, and then I was literally a little tiny bit of a strip short. So I halved them, and I only had one 6x6 sheet. So, and because unfortunately the make sure I mentioned the right Echo Park Paper Co. It's the Gingerbread Christmas 6x6 paper pad. The problem is they put a hole in it, which is obviously what they do so you can hang it in the shop, but because of that hole, it sort of leaves you don't have that full piece. So unfortunately, I was planning that I'd be able to use the whole lot and I couldn't. So that's okay. We pivot and I just go ahead and halve them to give myself a border around the outside edge. I've gone along with my ground espresso brown distress oxide around the outside edges of it, just to give it a bit more of a sort of a country feel, you know, gingerbready. I don't know why I think country, but I do. I don't know why. I just think gingerbread houses, I don't know, they just remind me of the country. I don't know why. So I just went around my photos. I've just got a stack of photos of last Christmas when the girls were making their no, it wasn't actually, it was 2020. This lot was 2020. I've done a couple of lots of cooking videos, so I've got to remember which one's which. These were 2020, and you know, we all know what was happening in 2020. And guess what? Our gingerbread house was attacked by the 2020 gremlins as well, because we put it up and it didn't work and it broke, and then we ended up with a TP. So again, we pivot. We just make it work. It's fine. It all tastes the same. So there you go. I magically cut out all those gingerbread houses and didn't make you sit through all that. But I wanted all these little gingerbread men to be climbing all over everything here. Now, I couldn't really go ahead and put any over near the gingerbread house because we all know I struggle with things being out of proportion. So, yeah, I didn't do that. So there you go, guys. That is just about it for my layout. I have to say, I loved how it turned out in the end. Let me know below if you stuck it out this long. Let me know. Will you give it a go? Is it something you would give a go? It is totally out of my realm of what I would normally do. I don't normally do 7-layer cut files. Would I ever do it again? Yeah, I would. But I probably wouldn't pick something that's so intricate like this. I'd probably start off and be a little bit nice to myself. But that's okay. So don't forget, guys, I love reading your comments and I love all those sort of things. And it's Christmas Day tomorrow. So make sure you get the kids tucked up nice and early tonight and have a wonderful day tomorrow. I do have a video for you tomorrow as well. And I will, oh, don't forget, buy me a coffee link is in the description, along with my Facebook and my Instagram, where you can see all the photos. And that's about it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas tomorrow and a wonderful Christmas Eve today. And I hope you get everything that you want. And be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You know, it's a tough season. Thanks, guys. Chat to you soon. Bye for now.